idea came to me one day when I realised that the whole of civilization is based on teams, and everyone uses words like, you know, people have got to be able to work in a team and all the rest of it. But actually, no one has ever done any work on teams, or you know, I haven't seen anything anyway. I kind of, and I'd taken some pictures of 3 girls who were working in a children's circus, and I photographed those 3 against the same background, and it was the perfect start. But the stuff that got me really interested was I met a doctor from a particular hospital that's going to be newly opened in October, and he'd heard about what I was doing with teams, and his wife knows me, and we started talking about doing his hospital, which meant taking, I think it's going to be around 160 portraits on a Hasselblad, and every team has its own background. And then the whole thing becomes, each of the team is photographed individually, because if you do a group portrait of 160 people, there's always going to be one idiot with their eyes closed, or they're turned around, or they're doing something naughty with a sheep, something that they'll be doing. And if you do them individually, you actually catch the essence of a team, which is individuals working together.
And the idea for the souvenirs itself, how did that start?
That came about. I was on assignment for a Finnish daily newspaper, and the Lorelei, which are kind of cliffs over the Rhine, in mind, kind of mythological sort of German story about a blonde woman who sings the shippers, ships to their death. And it was November, and there was no colour, and it was kind of really misty and grey, and there was nothing going on. And I had a postcard. I bought a postcard from my daughter. I had it in my pocket, and it was a picture of Miss Lorelei 1997 or something. And I suddenly realised that this picture had been taken exactly there. That was what I was. So I started playing with the idea. And it fitted so perfectly into the background, and I took a shot of it. And the newspaper were really, really pleased. And I was really, really pleased. I thought, okay, this is something that I can build on.
What have you covered so far with the souvenirs project?
Well, I've been to Mumbai in India, I've been to Oman, I've been to Cairo, I've been to Italy, different places in Italy, lots of different places in France, lots of different places in Spain, and lots of different places in America, New York.
Actually, there's one you did at the Twin Towers. Was that done before or after?
That was done before.
Yeah. So this is quite a long-running project.
Yeah, this has been going since, well, I think the first photo was taken in the end of November 1999.
Right, okay, so nearly 10 years.
Yeah. It's a kind of game. I've said to myself, okay, I have to go to a place, I have to find a souvenir there, and I have to take a photo. The souvenir has to just be big enough so that I can hold it in one hand.
Right.
So those are the rules. No buying beforehand, going there, finding something.
Do you see this project, it's not necessarily photojournalism, it's not straight photography really, although the product is straight photography. Do you see it more of an art project, or how would you describe it?
Yeah, it's always the problem when you start using words like art. It becomes kind of more serious than the subject matter actually is.
Right.
I think that I think one of the things about souvenirs is that it's very accessible for all different kinds of people. It's a very simple joke, and actually it's a very childish joke. And my hand is always on the picture, so you always know that I'm making this joke.
Right.
And but on the other hand, it does have critical aspects to it.
Right. How did you come about, how did you discover Flickr in the first place?
I was at a loose end and trying to think about ways of getting my photos out to the people. And I don't know how I actually managed to discover it in the end, but I found it and just got a normal amateur account. That must have been about 2005 or something like that.
Okay.
I think it's something that a lot of professional photographers thought was, I suppose, much too amateur for them.
Right.
And but one of the things I'm not is a snob. So I've been actually really pretty pleased with it. It's been very interesting. Lots and lots of people, lots of just normal people, and also photographers that found me on Flickr.
Okay. Now you said you had some interest. Obviously, you've got the National Geographic. You see those through Flickr. You mentioned the Today Show as well. Can you have?
Yeah, this is becoming one of my favourite stories. The Flickr explosion on my page anyway happened in November when I was getting 10 bits a second for a certain amount of time, and I was up to 500,000 hits just after Christmas and practically nothing. And at one point I got an email from Jay Leno's producer on the Today Show to ask me whether I was interested in coming over to Los Angeles and chatting to Jay Leno about it. And that was quite interesting. I know we talked a bit on the telephone, and she realised that I was useless for TV, and I actually had to agree with her, so we left it at that.
Right. Where would you like to see your work?
Everywhere. I would be, I think, really great if it could be exhibited, and I'd like to see the book. And I'd like to become famous and rich and retire early and live somewhere where it's warm and where there are very good hospitals.